And hello everybody, Manos here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Yeah, it seems the thunderstorm is gonna go around this place where I live, so there shouldn't be any problems there. Yeah, and on the end of the last episode, when I was stopping the recording, the recording wasn't stopping it, so I had to force shut down the OBS, and I thought I lost the episode, but after I ran it through my editing software, the episode was working just fine, so yeah, I'm happy with that, so I don't have to re-record the first episode. Yeah, but let's continue. Oh yeah. I think maybe we can talk to Moy.
Salut.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
You know, if you are tired, surely your duties are suffering.
Yeah.
Madame, I am a consummate professional. I would never shirk my responsibilities. I will stand here as if my life depended on it. Or my job.
Thanks, Sergeant Moo.
Oh yeah. I think this is which one it return to game. Yeah.
Salut.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
You know, if you are tired, surely your duties are suffering.
Madame, I am a consummate. I will...
Okay. Okay, so I think we need to get some coffee. And he goes to the bathroom or something.
Monsieur.
Life is fleeting, madame. The sands of time are running through your fingers.
Really?
Well, that may be, but...
We know not what we want, and yet we are responsible for what we are.
There's been a crime.
That is terrible, madame. But you know what they say.
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Life begins on the other side of despair.
Really?
C'est vrai, no?
Well, I guess so. He was pushing me to the point of despair.
During the riots, we battled the forces of oppression.
Oh, really? That must have been terrifying.
Really?
It was. Except that they made me stay behind the barricades with the other baristas.
No, we have.
We made coffee. I've never...
Yeah, we have seen this.
But with our...
None of this was helping me.
Au revoir.
Of course it is.
Monsieur.
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me. Au revoir.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to get the Jarson to drink the coffee.
Salut.
Bonjour,
Salut.
madame.
Do you want to see my photo of the thief?
Ils ne passeront pas.
Okay.
I remembered something else about the crime.
Then you should tell Inspector Navet immediately.
So I can go inside then?
No.
You know, if...
I will...
Sergeant Moo... Great. Thanks again for your help. The pissoir was decorative, and unpleasant. I wasn't going to leave without...
Okay. We need coffee. Le café, le jeu petit, le radio. Monsieur?
Monsieur,
Madame,
I am not what you think I am.
being is. Being is in itself. Being is what it is.
Sure.
Sartre, being and nothingness.
Bravo, madame. A lucky guess, perhaps.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Monsieur,
Madame.
Madame,
the waiter clearly hated his clientele. I had to convince him I was different.
freedom is what you do with what's being done to you.
Thanks for that. Can we talk?
I am sorry, but I have no time to discuss human resources or pension plans or your water cooler gossip.
Well, me neither.
Au revoir.
Monsieur,
Madame, life begins on the other side of despair.
right.
Au revoir.
Ronnie? Who is Ronnie?
Here's my press card.
La liberté.
Yes.
Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be.
Really?
You must accept my deepest, my most profound
Okay, so that
apology.
helps.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now
Really?
you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant.
No.
You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
No, thank you.
Monsieur,
Madame,
could we have a little chat?
anytime, madame.
What do you know?
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
Yes.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death, and yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Sure.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
Of course it
As
is.
a journalist, that is my duty. The waiter didn't need to see my press card again.
Sure. Coffee?
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
Black, strong, and in tiny cup.
Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Okay.
The coffee was hot and strong. Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame.
Nice.
One moment.
Now we can give this to the sergeant, and then he has to go to pee. And then we can get inside. Yeah.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you.
Thank you, monsieur.
Doing it. And save. Georgian?
Sergeant Moo, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Well, thank you.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister.
Okay.
I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
Yes.
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic. Your career.
Yeah.
How you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink.
She is?
Yes.
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Yes.
Bravo, Sergeant.
Bravo, Sergeant. And PP.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
And there he goes.
I distracted Moo. It was now or never.
What the heck? I didn't have this.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
Yes.
So, no ordinary robbery?
No.
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledizio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do. Are you Hector Lane, the art critic?
Yes.
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Collar, a reporter.
Ah, a fallen angel then. My favorite sort.
Yeah, the painting.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Maledictio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Okay.
Who was the artist?
A mysterious figure known only as
El Serp.
Some say he was a student of Picasso.
Oh,
He
really?
was good, but not great, and his true identity remains unknown.
That is bad. What about the theft?
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful. What do you want to know?
Georges, Henri, shooting, sabotage.
Have you spoken to Georges?
The American?
Yes.
Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstandings the police might have about my presence here.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art business. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
Ah,
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
Oh, it all happened so fast.
okay.
Take your time. What did you see?
I can't be sure. Perhaps I could answer your questions over dinner.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline. Did you see the thief?
I would have tackled him, but he was too quick for me.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful.
Of course he does.
I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
Yes.
Here's my press card.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be a reporter.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane.
What about Father Simeon?
Excuse me, Father.
Father Simeon, my child.
Are you okay, Father?
It's a terrible shock, but yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Could I ask you some questions about the crime?
What kind of questions?
I'm a reporter for La Liberté.
I suppose it cannot hurt. Please ask away.
Yeah, let's
This is my press card. As I said, I work for La Liberté.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that this painting is evil.
Okay.
Why did you come to the gallery today, Father?
God brought me here.
Okay.
I saw the poster for the exhibition. I had to come.
Because the evil painting.
What do you mean?
I knew there was great evil in La Maledictio. It was my duty to confront it.
Did
the
you?
painter was El Serp, the serpent. Don't you see?
Evil? So, what were you planning on doing here today?
I wanted to bear witness to anything that the devil would conjure.
Well, I think it was a no-show, Father.
Really? A man is dead, Miss Collard. I'd
True.
say his work here today is done.
True,
That
true.
wasn't going to help my story.
The shooting.
Did you see anything that might help identify the killer?
The devil takes many forms, child. I didn't get a good enough look, I'm afraid.
Anything would help.
I'm sorry, my dear. My mind was elsewhere.
Go. What about Henri?
What do you know about Henri?
An innocent victim, insofar as any of us are innocent. If he was peddling such blasphemous works as the El Serp painting, then who knows what other sins he was hiding.
Yeah.
Father Simeon was making me feel guilty. Priests always did that to me.
Sure. La Malédiction.
What can you tell me about the painting?
Grotesque and
Evil.
How can a painting be evil?
by killing all who come into contact with it.
Does that mean we're next?
Laugh not at the devil's play, Miss Collard.
Ooh.
Do you know anything about the painter Serpent?
Elsa.
He was a purveyor of blasphemy, a servant of the Antichrist.
Really?
How can you know that?
It is clear from his work.
Father Simeon was making a lot of assumptions.
True, true.
Thank you for your time, Father. The priest had nothing useful to offer. Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Okay. Never?
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Are you sure?
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement.
You sure?
Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
What
Don't you find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
Oh, okay. Sabotage?
The alarm was sabotaged.
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security.
Okay.
I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Okay.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them.
Okay.
Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-flaff.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
Okay.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Yeah.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid.
God damn
Unless
it.
you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore.
Yeah, sure. George?
What do you think about the American, Georges?
He is deeply suspicious.
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Okay.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
La
If
poche.
I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
There we go. Hmm.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands.
Hmm.
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice. How about that for a distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough.
Yeah, sure. Inspector?
Inspector!
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately before one of these idiots steps in it.
No, Josh. Go inside.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office.
Okay, so
I
now
was
you
sure
remember.
The inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick because it wouldn't take him long.
At last, Stobart.
What?
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Yes.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out.
Yeah, okay.
Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache.
Real. Desk.
I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins. I didn't need a business card. The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser. The switch controlled the small desk lamp. The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again. I decided to leave it. Carrying an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid. The ink would have stained my hands for days.
You sure?
I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover.
Sure.
There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit.
Yes.
I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
Thank you.
The statue was jaunty, up close and personal. I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting.
Oh, we need a key.
I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office.
Maybe.
It was a statue of Henri bearing almost everything. A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty. A naked lady stared at me seductively. Henri sure liked his clutter. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years.
Sure. Notice board?
Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk.
Poster?
The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival,
Okay.
headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters. It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. That wasn't worth trying. The completion note from Vera Security. There was an address.
Can we call there?
I needed to find a 4-digit number.
Put in the calendar.
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
27th of May. Nice.
I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen.
Nope.
The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said.
Yeah, Serpent.
There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought.
How have I missed all of these?
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. There I was, looking at the exhibition. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. That shot must have been before anyone else arrived at the gallery. That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it.
No.
A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
Okay.
The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall.
Sure.
He knew exactly which painting to take.
Yeah.
The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
Mm-hmm.
The moment it all went horribly wrong. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The writing was just a blur. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
Okay, so there's nothing.
Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting.
Sure.
But it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane, or even Henri himself.
Maybe.
Or perhaps even Vera Security, who'd installed the system.
Maybe.
The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read
Waterloo Motors.
That could be used.
Motors.
The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting. A logo on the...
And there is nothing else.
The painting was gone. The alarm should have... There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. That was me, fiddling with the alarm. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. Not my best angle. The alarm should have sounded when... That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician.
Really?
Henri sure had his quirks. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster.
So we need to get something to get inside then.
Henri had a model of a VW camper van painted in hippie colors. The engine capacity was displayed on the back, 1600 cc. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart.
Sure.
There was a statue of Henri. The street was quiet. I had no reason to search the desk again.
Okay, so let's save. And Steve.
I knew it'd be wrong to leave the room without checking it thoroughly.
Okay, so there is still wastebasket.
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
Hello.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
No.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
Yeah.
That is my job, Monsieur... Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
No.
No. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the world.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Okay.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Probably.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around
Starsky and
on
Hutch.
top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect.
Why?
You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
Okay. Thank you.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
Sure. Can we leave?
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation.
Yeah.
This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go.
Okay.
I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Huh?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Woohoo.
Right away, sir.
2 coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction. And Nave bought it.
Really?
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Bye.
Smell this.
Oh, zut alors. I had an uncle who used to wear that. Maman told me to watch out for him.
Do you want to borrow these clippers?
Word of advice, George. Never say that on a first date.
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La maledictio.
Yes.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it.
Yeah, there's a Waterloo Motors.
Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
George, he's just crazy.
Or not.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too. But I need to take a better look at them at home.
Yeah.
Great. Let me know what you find. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh,
Yeah.
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
It is good to see you too, Nika.
You too, Nico.
Nika Kola.
I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Cool. Okay, so there's Henri's. And there's Vera security. Can we get inside Henri's apartment?
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, but we are gonna save here. And we are gonna continue next time. But thanks for everybody who came to watch this video, and if you liked it, give it a like and leave a comment, and if you really liked it, keep my channel sub, and see you next time. Bye bye!